Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another showcase for you today in the Love Cup, and let me know how you guys are enjoying this cup. I actually really enjoy it. I haven't been doing the greatest. I did okay yesterday, but the day before I didn't really do that well. But I still like it. I mean, these are unique Pokemon that we're seeing. Some of them, right? Like Alomomola and some other Pokemon. So I like it. Right? What can I say? I like it. So let me know what you guys think about it. But we are showcasting DPU777's team. And we're taking a look at a Sunny Castform today. So Sunny Castform is a Pokemon I've actually battled in the Love Cup. So it's a good one. It's a good one. Then we have Medicham, Standard, and Alomomola. But this Alomomola only has one move. I did mention that you really don't even need a second move. Most of the time, I just go for Psychic. There was one scenario where I went for a Hydro Pump, but I don't think you necessarily need it. And as we can see, this trainer does not have a second move, which is totally fine. But anyway, let's go ahead, without further ado, and jump into the commentary. So that Alomomola came in, out came the Scolipede from the opponent, and out comes Castform. So what I like about this team, I mean, Castform, just such a good answer to a bunch of different Pokemon. It loses to Alomomola, but you even have Solar Beam for that, just in case, I mean, if you manage to get to it. So yeah, that's what I love about Castform. It's just such a solid pick for this cup. Basically the fire type is either super effective or neutral to a lot of other things besides that fish, right? And you also have to watch out for Slowbro, to be fair, but or Slowking, but most of the time you see Slowbro. But you have answers in the back to it. Although I guess Slowbro for this team might actually be pretty tough because it beats Alomomola, it beats Castform unless you could land that Solar Beam. And the moves are also resisted coming from Medicham. So I could totally see that Pokemon being a problem with this team in general. But, no team is perfect, so we'll still take a look and see what happens. And it looks like he did go ahead and win the first game, so very nice. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And by the way, before I forget, this trainer does have a YouTube and a Twitter, so I will leave links in the description down below if you want to go ahead and follow them. Totally recommend doing so. But okay, going up against a Talonflame. So let's see how this plays out. I mean, obviously, the moves coming from Castform are resisted. If that Talonflame goes for Brave Bird, it's going to do a lot of damage. And of course, you don't know if it's going to go for the Flame Charge or the Brave Bird. So do you shield? It's kind of like a 50-50. Not going to shield, calling it correctly. Very beautiful call. Kind of risky, but it makes sense. Able to get that one. And another attack coming out. Going to be another Flame Charge. So after those Flame Charge attacks, Talonflame should be able to win this matchup. Even though it didn't go for Brave Bird. Actually shielding that one up. And yeah, just going to be able to farm down. So you probably bring in the Alomomola and just farm down with Waterfall. Right? But let's see. Waiting out the switch timer, which makes sense. The opponent switches and out comes Medicham. Oh, this is not good for Medicham. I mean, it does have some play against Wigglytuff, I guess, because it's doing neutral damage with counter, but it's still obviously not good. But it did do a lot. Oh my gosh, it actually beats it. Okay. Does Medicham really beat Wigglytuff in the Zero Shield? I didn't know that. Okay. I have to do more research on this because I had no idea. I feel like I should have known that, but that's okay. You learn something new every day, and I appreciate this battle submission so I could learn that. But anyway, Alomomola up against Clefable, so this is a tough one. So Psychic coming out, going to get the shield. Now, if you could beat the Clefable, right? If you could beat the Clefable, you might be able to beat the Talonflame, but at this point, the Alomomola is going to be too low, I think. No, they actually pull the switch. Oh, maybe not now. Oh, they're able to farm down because of that. That switch actually cost the opponent the game. The opponent should have stayed in and continued to go for Charm, and they actually would have been able to win this game, I think. I thought he was going to lose that. Yeah, I think that's what the opponent had to do. I mean, that's okay. They were trying to catch a move or something. I get it, But so it happens. But moving on to the next one, we have Castform into Clefable. So this is a good matchup considering Castform does resist Charm. But at the same time, Charm is still adding up. So picking up the shield, which is always nice. I mean, you can see how much Charm is still doing to Castform, right? So Castform is going to go ahead and go for this Weather Ball. I almost said Ember, but Ember is the fast attack. And then you just Ember down. So Castform able to pick up a shield as well as get, picking up the shield as well as getting switch advantage. So very nice. Anyway, they pull the switch into Alomomola to fight the Slowbro, and this is kind of what I mean. Slowbro is tough for this team. I didn't want to get farmed down. The Castform probably, I think, could have made it to a Solar Beam, but not really too sure. Either way, this Alomomola is able to go for this Psychic and just chunking away at the Shadow Slowbro. It is really squishy because it is a Shadow variant. So this Slowbro is going to go ahead and go for the Psychic, so that will delete the Alomomola. And what is going to come in? I mean, Medicham is neutral, so maybe you could farm down with counter before another charge attack comes out. Yeah, able to do so, so that's very good. And then in comes Electrode. Okay, so go in for the bait, go in for the Ice Punch. I like that. So this Ice Punch, let's see if it gets the shield. It does not get the shield, so the opponent calling that Ice Punch, or Power Punch, whatever they called. But another Ice Punch coming out. So this Ice Punch is going to get the shield. I mean, the opponent is pretty low. They basically had the shield. So the Electrode, is it at 2 discharge attacks? It might be at 2. So discharge coming out, that will get the shield. And yeah, another discharge coming out, this will get the shield. Now, can the Castform finish off before this Electrode? Oh yeah, they have a Weather Ball. Okay, I wasn't sure that they were at a Weather Ball, but they do have one. And this Weather Ball will be enough to KO that Electrode. So that was a very good game. Slowbro, gave the team a little bit of trouble, it looked like. But, I mean, it was a Shadow version, so able to beat it because of it's more squishy. So, you know, that's always nice. Okay, so we'll have to see how this plays out. That Magcargo is actually double resisting these Ember attacks, and it's dishing out super effective damage. Weather Ball is also double resisted. It's a fire type, but it looks like he stayed in. That really does no damage. So this Magcargo is just going to farm down. Okay, they pull the switch into Alomomola, and now Magcargo switches into Medicham. This is a tough situation. We'll have to see how it plays out. I think the play was to switch out into Medicham immediately, but it's hard to say because that was a hard lead loss. You really had to switch, but it's okay. It's okay. So anyway, this Alomomola going to take a Dynamic Punch. Okay, we see a Dynamic Punch from the opponent. So not a move you necessarily see all the time on Medicham, but it's definitely viable. So fainting that pink fish. So what is going to come in? Is it going to be the Medicham? This is definitely tough. It is going to be this Castform. So Castform does have a Weather Ball it's going to be able to go for. So this Weather Ball will get the shield. So able to take both shields. So the saving grace is that DPU does have 2 shields to 0. So that is good, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Dynamic Punch is resisted, so I think you just farm the opposing Medicham down. You have to keep in mind, I think that Magcargo has quite a bit of energy, doesn't it? So, okay, I wouldn't be... Oh, the opponent does switch, but they switch into Scolipede. Oh, Scolipede going for the Psychic. This has got to KO. Yeah, he wins this, I think, right? Because of that 2-shield advantage, and Medicham is just so good. Yeah, that absolutely one-shot Scolipede. Yeah, this is a good game. Now he is at a 1-shield advantage. The Magcargo will be able to go for the charge attack. As I said, loaded energy. Yeah, you got to basically shield. Going to be that Stone Edge, but I think he can get to an Ice Punch. He can get to an Ice Punch. This is neutral towards the Magcargo, so it is going to be enough to KO. So it does. Oh, no, it's not enough to KO. It's actually resisted. No, it would be neutral if Magcargo was a ground type, not a rock type. I totally messed that up. That's right, it's a rock and fire type. So it's resisted, but still able to win that. So really well played. Good game. Moving on, we see a Slowbro lead. So again, this is tough. I mean, Slowbro could just stick it out. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? I mean, you really have to switch. I guess what you could do is charge up to the Solar Beam and bait and hope to get a shield, or go for the Solar Beam, or switch out. I mean, I don't think that was a bad switch, but you basically have to chip away the Slowbro as much as possible. So going for the Psychic, it's resisted. Every move on this team besides Solar Beam is resisted. So another move coming out, but that's okay. I mean, that's fine. Slowbro has given my team trouble as well. So Alomomola goes down, and they lost the shield. This is really tough. So definitely a Slowbro weakness, but it's okay. It's okay. So looks like the Slowbro is going to get to a charge attack. Is it going to be Water Pulse? I feel like it's going to be Water Pulse. No, going to be Psychic neutral damage, doing a lot of damage. Ice Punch coming out. Looks like they're going for the undercharge so they can attempt to farm down. I like that play. Able to get a couple more counters through. That was a good play. But definitely tough. I mean, yeah, definitely tough. I don't see a way out of this one. He surprised me the other game, though, and I thought he was going to lose. So you never know, but this is going to be a tough one. The opponent still has 2 shields, so they do go for a charge attack. Now, do you call the bait? Probably. They go for the flame charge. Okay, so able to get that bait, but even so, let's see. I could be wrong. So let's see what happens. We don't know what's in the back. So this attack coming out from Weather Ball, going to get the shield, and now they have another Weather Ball. So this Weather Ball, is it going to get the shield as well? We'll have to see. So Weather Ball going to get the shield, so able to get both shields pretty fast. So again, I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's see. So this Castform will throw up the shield. Going to be a Flame Charge, boosting the attack. And they pull the switch into Scolipede. But as I said, I mean, it's weak. It's weak to fire. So Weather Ball coming out, doing a lot. You farm down. Can you farm down and go for the Weather Ball against? Oh my gosh, he's going to win. He's going to... This Castform is pulling... Oh my god, this Castform is doing magic tricks. Holy cow. I saw no way out of that situation. The fact that they had something really weak to fire in the back and they couldn't get to a charge attack. Holy cow. Holy... Whoa, I gotta give it to you. That was an incredible game. That was a 5-0. I cannot believe you won that one. Honestly, I thought you were going to lose. I'm 100%. But anyway, moving on to the next game. Wow, I'm blown away by that battle. But anyway, this is a bad matchup. So again, I would switch out immediately. They charge up extra energy and then switch into a Alomomola. And the opposing Electrode comes in. So again, not great for Alomomola, but the thing you have to keep in mind is that, first of all, this fish can take a discharge, but aside from that, it's dishing out neutral damage, so the damage from Waterfall is a lot, and Psychic would be a lot as well. They actually let it go through, wow. So Electrode wins, but barely able to win. So what is going to come in? Going to be that Medicham. Charge attack coming out, likely going to be discharge. In fact, it's definitely going to be discharge. So doing neutral damage. So this is another difficult game. But you never know. I mean, you never know. I'm not... Listen, I called the last game. I thought they were going to lose 100%. I was wrong. So we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't matter how bad it looks. There's always... I shouldn't say always a win condition, but there's definitely a win condition, especially if the opponent lags like this. There could be a win condition. So going for the bait right now, going for the Ice Punch. I wouldn't have baited there only because the opponent might have been kicked out of the game, so they probably won't shield that because of this. Yeah, it looks like they were kicked out of the game, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but it happens to all of us. Now they're just going for Psychic after charging up a lot of energy, so this Psychic is definitely going to KO that Scolipede. So, again, you could tell that they were kicked out. The game probably crashed or something. It's happened to me. So anyway, that KOs the Scolipede, and what is going to come in, we'll have to see. It is going to, well, I mean... Again, the opponent's out of it. So, yeah, this is going to be a good game. So, again, it's unfortunate, but in this situation, what else do? You just take the win, right? So, good game. So, now we'll move on to the next one. Going to be Castform into Vileplume. This is a great matchup. Shadow Vileplume. So, this is a great matchup. Vileplume switching into Electrode. Out comes Medicham, so Medicham fighting this Electrode. So basically, switch is super important, but you can take this hit. They didn't charge up enough for Hyper Beam. You know it's not a Hyper Beam. You definitely go ahead and take it. So now Medicham charges up, throws the Ice Punch before, good play. Throwing it before they throw their move. Getting a shield, this Electrode throws an attack, but you have to shield this. So we're going to go ahead and shield this discharge, and going for the Ice Punch. So this Ice Punch is going to be enough to KO. Oh, they shield it. Okay, the Electrode definitely wants to win this, but I don't think they're going to be able to. No, not able to. So Medicham taking a huge advantage. But I understand why the opponent did that. They both had the win switch. In comes Castform. Oh, they actually switched into Castform. I would have let the Medicham go down because now you're switch locked. However, this Castform is able to get to the Solar Beam. So the Solar Beam, is it? Yeah, it's going to KO it. It's going to KO it. And then in comes this Vileplume. And, okay, so not able to get to one, but in comes Alomomola. And I think Alomomola can take out the Vileplume. It does have to shield, but it's going to be able to take out the Vileplume. So the little critique I would say in that situation was that I wouldn't have switched out into Castform. I would have just let my Pokemon go down and then bring in the Castform, and then when they switched into their Alomomola, you could have switched. That's just my opinion. And then you would have had a fully healthy Castform up against Shadow Vileplume. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the next game. So the opponent does have Power Up Punch, going for it. Okay, this Medicham is going for Psychic. I don't expect any shields, so I do think Psychic is probably the way to go. It is neutral, so that does a lot of damage. And let's see. Okay, the opposing Medicham is going for another attack. It could be Ice Punch, it could be Psychic, shielding up the Ice Punch. So nice shield. This Medicham is charging up extra energy and going for the Ice Punch. So this Ice Punch is going to be enough to KO. So it does KO that Medicham. And, okay, in comes Shadow Vileplume. Not Shadow, regular Vileplume. And the Ice Punch coming out now. So this Ice Punch is super effective. Most likely getting a shield, yeah. So I think Vileplume can farm down before another Ice Punch comes out. It can. Okay, so now you have the Castform to line up with the Vileplume, which is amazing. Because obviously you don't want Alomomola up against it. So, okay, the opposing Vileplume is able to get to a move. Likely going to be Sludge Bomb, but going to be able to take it. As you can see, going for the Weather Ball, this will be enough to KO the Vileplume. The opponent probably won't shield it. And then we'll see what's in the back. Going to be an Electrode. And, okay, so switching into a Alomomola right now. So let's see how this plays out. This is actually tricky. So able to take that discharge, and then the Alomomola is trying to get to a Psychic, not able to do so, but it could shield up this attack. So going to be able to shield up that discharge, and trying to get to a Psychic. Oh my gosh, it actually is able to. I didn't think it would be able to. I just said it wouldn't be able to, but it does get to a Psychic and getting the shield, and Alomomola goes down. And in comes this Castform, but Castform is going to go down to this discharge. And yeah, good game. Alright, so not able to win that one, but that's okay. By the way, I'm sorry if there's background noise, guys. Not background noise, but people talking. There's people over, so they're downstairs, and they're making a lot of noise. So there might be a little bit of that, but it shouldn't be too bad. But Castform into Camerupt. Okay, I don't think I've actually battled a Camerupt. Did I? I know I've battled Mikago. I don't think I battled Camerupt. But anyway, Weather Ball is resisted, so Camerupt going to be able to take it. And switching into a Alomomola and able to farm down before the opponent switches out. Very nice, very nice. And then in comes Scolipede. So this Scolipede, if it's hit by a Psychic, oh, it is hit by a Psychic. Is it going to shield? Likely. I mean, I'd be surprised if it's going to KO if it doesn't shield. So it is going to shield. And this Scolipede is going for a charge attack, but it could be Sludge Bomb. It probably is. No, going to be X Scissor. Okay. So this Alomomola is trying to get to another move, but another charge attack coming in from this Scolipede. Going to be X Scissor. And now this Alomomola is actually able to get to a Psychic. Wow. Able to get to a Psychic. And this, is it going to be shielded? It is not going to be shielded. So the Scolipede goes down. In comes Mikago. So we see double fire. Double fire. Okay. I like it. So out comes Medicham. So this Medicham, okay, the opponent is just going to leave that. So good game, well played. And we're moving on to the next one, which actually might be the last game. Let's see. So it's going to be Castform into Medicham. So how is this going to play out? Looks like they're just staying in. Okay, I mean, you basically want to stay in. Ice Punch is resisted, Power Punch is weak. You do have to watch out for the Psychic, which would do a lot. I mean, the counters are adding up, but I think you just definitely stay in this matchup. But now we see a charge attack. Is it going to be Psychic? Power Punch? It's going to be Psychic. That does a lot of damage. So if the opponent shields this, they can farm down. Let's see if the opponent decides to shield it. So going to be Weather Ball. They do shield it. Okay. And now the opponent switches, or not the opponent, but DPU 777 switches into Medicham. And this Medicham is going to be hit with a Power-Up Punch, but, not a powerful move. And then able to farm down the opposing Medicham. So in comes, Talonflame. I was about to say Charizard when I saw the typing, but it's actually Talonflame. I don't think we saw a Charizard in this video yet. It's just mainly been a Talonflame, but hitting it with a Psychic, doing a lot of damage. Now going for the Ice Punch. This Ice Punch is going to be enough to KO. So it does KO. And out comes Scrafty. And this Scrafty is going to be hit with an Ice Punch. Will it decide to shield? We'll have to see if it decides to shield. It does not decide to shield. And getting pretty low, pretty risky no shield. Considering Medicham can just farm down. But I guess the opponent maybe realized that it was over anyway. But again, that's the video. And great games, well played. Sorry if there was any noise of people talking. If you heard that, I don't know if you did or not. But if you did, I do apologize for that. And we do have a Snova, and that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you all have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.